Alright, Bills Mafia, what's good? Welcome to the Week 10. I can't believe it already. We're over halfway through the season now. Week 10 game preview, taking on the Minnesota Vikings in Buffalo. And, as always, we gotta talk about it. Now, first up, as always, I want to take a quick look at the injury report just to see how the Bills are doing this week and so you guys can get a little update. Josh Allen did not practice on Wednesday. Tremaine Edmonds also did not practice. Von Miller had a vet rest. Jordan Poyer with the elbow injury did not practice. Greg Rousseau with the ankle injury did not practice. Roger Saffold with a vet rest / back injury did not practice. Bills also have a bunch of guys who are limited this week. Kaiir Elam with an ankle injury. Dane Jackson with the neck still. Matt Milano with the oblique injury. He was limited. Mitch Morse was limited with a vet rest and elbow. And David Questenberry was limited with a groin injury. Now that we've gotten through the injury report, we have to go through some Vikings problem players that could end up giving the Bills trouble this week. Number one, I got Justin Jefferson. He's one of the best receivers in the league already. He's only been in the league for 3 years now. He was the guy that the Vikings drafted with the first round pick that we traded for our guy, Stephon Diggs. And I might be a little biased, but I'd obviously rather have Stephon because he loves Buffalo and Buffalo loves him. Justin Jefferson can beat you in many ways. Yards after the catch, 50-50 balls, deep shots from the slot, slants, out routes, anything. He's got a whole arsenal of routes that he can beat you with. He's a very versatile wide receiver. Hopefully Tre'Davious White is finally back. He was activated off the PUP list last week, and we know we need all the corners we can get out there because all our DBs are getting injured. So hopefully we get one of the best corners in the league back to help guard one of the best receivers in the league in Justin Jefferson. Problem player number two, I got running back Dalvin Cook. He's a very efficient running back, averaging over 4 yards a carry this year. Hasn't been the complete workhorse that he has been in the past because, he has some injury concerns at the same time. Obviously, he's been less utilized this season, but come the right game plan, which could be this week, against a weaker run defense, Dalvin Cook could get a lot of carries versus his brother James. Now I expect the Cook brothers to get a lot of volume for both of them this week because it's a brother-to-brother matchup, but that's something you can get into later. He can easily run over this defense, which has been exposed the past 2 weeks by the Jets and the Packers. Bills beating the Packers and losing to the Jets. Hopefully they play some 4-3 and less nickel when they start getting run on or when they need a run stop. Or hopefully Matt Milano's playing. Hopefully Tremaine Edmonds is playing. He was on the injury report. So hopefully the Bills can get all those guys, stop the run, and win this damn football game because winning makes all of us happy. Number three, I got Zadarius Smith. He's really rejuvenated himself this year with the Vikings. He has 8.5 sacks on the season so far, which is near the top. One of the best pass rushers in the league right now. He can really get home to the quarterback. He's got a lot of pressures as well. Whether Allen plays this week or not, which we'll get into later in the video, the O-line really needs to step up and protect our starting quarterback. Premier pass rushers like Zadarius Smith are going to garner some double teams, which will allow other guys that the Vikings have to get home to the QB. You don't want these edge rushers or pass rushers getting home and injuring your quarterback like the Jets did last week. Granted, it's a freak accident. They're all trying to play ball. They're all trying to win. They're grown men with a bunch of adrenaline and testosterone and brr, football, but O-line's got to be better. They got destroyed last game by the Jets. Especially if Allen plays, like I said, you really got to step up and protect that elbow. Because I have a feeling teams could be targeting it when they start to swipe in and try to swat the ball away out of his arm when he's throwing. They're going for that elbow, and it really sucks because if he injures it even more, it's a Tommy John surgery he's going to need, and he's going to be out 2 years, which means he won't be playing till the 2025 season, maybe. Depending on when he gets into it, it could be late 2024 season, early 2025. That's a long-ass time. More than likely he would play in the middle of 2024, but we don't need to go full panic mode yet. Josh Allen's alright. It's only a mild sprain. Now, as for pushovers, I have the Vikings defense. Now, I will give them credit where credit is due. The last couple weeks, they have been very efficient at stopping the pass, but overall in the season, their numbers aren't great. They're near the very bottom of the league in most defensive categories. And no matter who starts at quarterback for the Bills, the game plan will really differ. If it's Allen, they're going to stick to the more generic bullshit that they do every week with the pass, abandon the run. But if Case Keenum starts, you're going to see them scheme up the best runs Ken Dorsey can think of all damn week. I'll be scheming how to get James Cook to outrush his brother. How can Devin Singletary get into space? How can Nyheim Hines use his speed to take it to the house, which could be good for this team in the long term. Finally figure out that run game, get some new plays in the playbook that will help them close out those more important games when they need to run the ball. Now, I'm not saying we don't want Josh Allen to play for that reason, but in the event that he doesn't play, it could be really beneficial to this team long term. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Now, the big question you're all probably wondering, will Josh Allen play this week? Now, I don't have the definitive yes or no answer, but I am going to give you my opinion. And unfortunately, I don't think Josh Allen will play this week. He did not practice. They said he was going to be limited. Maybe it was just the first day of the week, the practice week, that he wasn't going to practice at all. Maybe he's limited tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. But right now, it doesn't look good. And granted, unless you really care about him winning MVP, you don't want him to play this week. Let him rest up as much as possible. You got the Vikings, the Browns. I don't know who you got week 12. I think you got the Lions, and then you got the Dolphins or the Jets back-to-back there. And then week 15, you got a bunch of division games. You want to rest it up for those. So you could probably rest them for the next 3 weeks and be fine. Granted, you could lose all 3 of those games, but at best, I think they would go, at worst, I think they'd go 2-1. Worst case scenario, obviously, is 0-3. But let Allen rest that elbow, because not only is it important for the long term of the season, but the long term of his entire career. Josh Allen is the Buffalo Bills. Rest up. Get as much, don't even throw the damn football for the next 3 weeks. I don't care. Rest the elbow, ice the elbow, therapy it, whatever you do to heal elbows. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but Josh Allen is the franchise. He's the quarterback of this team. This team doesn't go anywhere without him. I don't think Case Keenum will do much, especially with how good the division is. You know, you think we can't afford to lose these crucial games, but at this point, in the playoffs, the best team wins no matter what, in my opinion. I don't really care about home field in the playoffs. Just get there. And you know the Bills are a good enough team to get it done, especially if you're going to a cold place like New York, New Jersey, or you're playing in Buffalo where it's really cold, or you go to Miami and it's warm. Great. That's perfect for both teams. Buffalo will excel no matter what. The advantage for the Bills would obviously be able to bring a team like Miami to Buffalo in the wild card round, or the divisional, or the AFC Championship. One of those warmer teams coming to the north. And it's still advantageous for the Bills to go to a warmer city for a playoff game. No, yeah, just get to the damn playoffs, rest your quarterback, get healthy. We'll get the job done there. Obviously, since I don't have Josh Allen playing this week, Case Keenum is going to be the starter, which means I have his stat line prediction as 17 for 36, 220 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. And a score prediction, first predicted loss of the season, I have 26 Vikings, 13 Bills. I don't think Case Keenum will be able to get the job done based on what we've seen with him in this scheme. Granted, it's been a very limited sample size preseason and a couple snaps at the end of games. Maybe I'm just so anxious about Josh Allen, but I really don't have much faith in him. And I know Case Keenum has been a guy a couple times, you know, the past, to Diggs in the playoffs, touchdown, Vikings win it, blah, blah, blah. He's done it, but even then in that game, he didn't play fantastic. But that's not that game. This is this game, and unfortunately, call me a fair weather fan, call me a fake fan, but at the end of the day, you got to be realistic sometimes. You have to know the situation, and the situation for the Bills is they got a lot of injuries. We don't know who's going to be playing, and as of right now, on Wednesday, I'm going to take the Vikings over the Bills. That's going to be it for this video, Bills Mafia. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to let me know your thoughts on this video down in the comments below. And also, leave your predictions for this game in the comments down below. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why the Bills are going to kick the Vikings' ass. And on your way out, please subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. You know, as a wise man once said, go Bills.